This is Michael Wilson, producer of the James Bond films. The opening sequence of Moonraker has long ranked as an audience favorite. What you're about to see is test footage used to help us design that sequence, shot by Randy DeLuca, one of the great skydiving cameramen. A long time before Moonraker, I had the idea for a sequence where Bond would be pushed out of a plane without a parachute and would have to steal his chute from another skydiver. My stepfather, Cubby Broccoli, liked the idea, but Lewis Gilbert, our director, wasn't sure it could be filmed. Neither was I. But I found Randy and his filmmaking partner, B.J. Worth, and asked them if it were possible. B.J. was a world champion skydiver who had worked with DeLuca on skydiving films for many years. There were problems, like figuring out ways to hide the parachutes beneath the clothes of the skydivers and locating a camera that could capture the images during freefall. One of the problems with shooting film during a freefall is the weight of the camera. Skydivers need to use their hands to control their direction and speed, so cameras must be mounted on helmets. If the camera's too heavy, the force of the parachute opening would cause neck injuries or even death. Because of this, most freefall cinematography is done with small, lightweight 16mm cameras, often the kinds of cameras mounted on airplanes during World War II. A few cameramen had used the lightweight 35mm IMO. However, these cameras could not take the Panavision lenses, so image quality was limited. I found a special one-of-a-kind 35mm lightweight anamorphic lens in a French second-hand photo shop, and it turned out to be perfect for the job. Using a new titanium 35mm pin-registered camera specially built for Randy, we began shooting the test footage you see here in Northern California. We were impressed with the image quality of our new camera and lens, but we still had to see if we could stage a fight during freefall. B.J. Worth asked world champion skydiver Jake Lombard to help with the tests. Jake recalls that he agreed to do the tests for free on the condition that if B.J. and Randy got the job, Jake would be the first hired. Here you can see the pair attempting to stage a fight while free-falling at a velocity of 120 to 170 miles per hour. After much practice on the ground, they were able to show us that we could stage the sequence without the use of special effects. B.J. and Randy also worked with Canadian skydiving champion Mike Zahar in designing the hidden parachutes, which were essential to the sequence. With these tests in hand, we were able to put together a great team up in Pope Valley, California, where the final sequence was shot, including second unit director John Glenn and photographer Phil Pasterhoff. Jake Lombard was our James Bond for the scene. B.J. Worth played the villainous pilot who has his parachute stolen, and Ron Luganbill doubled for Jaws. Except for close-ups of Roger Moore and Richard Kiel, no studio process photography was used. B.J. Worth and Jake Lombard have worked with us on a number of films. Randy DeLuca, the cameraman who shot this footage, went on to work on Octopussy. He was sadly stricken with cancer in the 1980s and passed away at the age of 37. His work on the opening sequence of Moonraker stands today as some of the most exciting freefall cinematography ever committed to film.